COVID boosters 2025, necessary or overkill?
It's been almost 5 years since the world first heard the word COVID. We've been through lockdowns, variants, vaccines, and now boosters. But there is a question that's become hard to ignore. Are COVID boosters still truly necessary, or have we gone too far? Let's unpack that. Why boosters exist. The first vaccines changed everything. They didn't just save lives, they pulled the world back from the edge. When boosters arrived, they made perfect sense. Immunity fades, variants evolve, and protection drops with time. But in 2025, many people have had 3, 4, even 5 doses. So when does protection become precaution? And when does precaution start to feel like overkill? How immunity works. To answer that, we need to talk about how the immune system remembers. After vaccination or infection, your body builds an internal library, antibodies, memory cells, and T cells that recognize the virus if it returns. Over time, antibody levels naturally decline. That doesn't mean your protection vanishes. Your system just goes quiet until it's needed again. So if memory still exists, what's the point of another booster? The role of boosters. Booster shots refresh that immune memory, like updating antivirus software before a new wave of malware hits. When Omicron arrived, boosters saved lives. Hospitalizations dropped sharply, especially among older adults. But fast forward to 2025, most of us now have hybrid immunity from both infection and vaccination. For healthy people, the risk of severe disease is much lower than it was 3 years ago. The real debate. That's where the global conversation starts to shift. Public health experts still strongly recommend boosters for the vulnerable. Older adults, people with chronic illness, or those with weakened immune systems. But for younger, healthy adults, studies show the benefit fades faster and adds less protection overall. In New Zealand, booster uptake has slowed dramatically. Most under 50s haven't returned for the latest shot. Not out of defiance, but because they feel they've done enough. Risk and relevance. So, are they wrong? Not necessarily. Risk is never one size fits all. If you're 30 and healthy, your odds of ending up in hospital with COVID today are lower than with seasonal flu. But if you're 70, diabetic, or on chemotherapy, that same infection could still be deadly. The smarter question isn't, should everyone get one? But, who actually needs one? The seasonal shift. Countries like the UK, Australia, and New Zealand have started treating boosters like flu shots. Seasonal, targeted, and focused on high-risk groups. Instead of constant campaigns, they roll out shots before winter to prevent severe surges. It's a model that saves money, reduces fatigue, and keeps people engaged without overload. Public health isn't about maximum doses. It's about strategic timing. Safety and side effects. Safety concerns also come up often. The data is clear. Millions of booster doses have been given globally, and side effects remain mild. Fatigue, soreness, mild fever. Severe reactions are extremely rare, far rarer than serious COVID complications. But on social media, nuance disappears fast. People see side effect and stop listening. Yet nearly every medication, even paracetamol, carries risk. The key is perspective and proportionality. Trust and communication. Trust is another challenge. When people hear new booster, they often wonder if it's really new or just the same formula again. Manufacturers do update vaccines to match dominant variants, but that message doesn't always reach the public clearly. In New Zealand, surveys show that trust in vaccines remains high, but clarity about why this booster, now, could be stronger. Clear, transparent communication is just as important as the vaccine itself. Global fairness. And there's a wider story here. Global fairness. In wealthy nations, we debate whether we've had too many shots. But in parts of Africa, Asia, and the Pacific, many people never received their first. unequal access keeps the virus circulating, which allows new variants to evolve. So even if boosters feel optional in New Zealand, they still matter for the world, because the virus doesn't care about borders. Where things stand. So, where does that leave us now? In New Zealand, the Ministry of Health recommends boosters for people over 65, those with chronic illness, pregnant women, and the immunocompromised. For everyone else, it's a personal choice, one based on timing, health status, and exposure risk. We're shifting from one-size-fits-all to risk-based decisions, a sign that COVID management is finally maturing. Conclusion. So are COVID boosters necessary or overkill? Maybe neither. They're a tool, vital for some, optional for others, and evolving with the virus itself. The real lesson here isn't about how many shots we've had. It's about learning to live with nuance. Science isn't static. It adapts. And maybe the smartest way forward isn't to fight over whether we need another booster, but to ask who benefits most and when.
That's it for today. I'm Lutz Sen, and this is your Health Decoded NZ. Clarity Unlocked, so you can make sense of the facts and see the differences for yourself. Please remember to subscribe and feel free to leave a comment.